Have you ever wondered why you eat well, sleep enough, but still feel weaker by the day? Your steps are slower, your arms tire more easily, and climbing the stairs, once effortless, now leaves you breathless. Most people blame aging, but the truth is more ruthless. You're losing muscle every single day. And if you think eggs are your number one weapon for strength, I have news, you won't want to miss this. Eggs only provide around 13 grams of protein per 100 grams. Sounds okay until you discover some everyday foods, possibly sitting right in your kitchen, contain 5 times that amount. Some even 7. Here's the scary part. 99% of people over 60 have no idea these foods exist. Meanwhile, their muscles quietly vanish. No warning, no fanfare, until one day they slip and can't get back up. But today, you'll learn the truth. We're going to uncover 10 foods that pack more protein than eggs. Not supplements, but real foods. Delicious, easy to find, and backed by science to help older adults rebuild and recover muscle. Ready? Because the number one food on this list might be something you've never dared to try. Number 10. Non-fat Greek yogurt. Sounds familiar, right? But what you're about to hear might change the way you see it forever. Most people think of yogurt as a light dessert, but the right kind, non-fat, unsweetened Greek yogurt, is a true muscle-building machine. Every 100 grams offers over 10 grams of protein. Not only more than a boiled egg, but also far easier to digest. And here's the key. The protein comes with calcium, crucial for fighting both muscle loss and osteoporosis. Greek yogurt is triple strained. That means most of the water, lactose, and sugar are removed, leaving behind a thick, protein-rich cream your body craves, especially after 60, when protein absorption declines. A 2020 study showed that older adults who consumed at least 20 grams of dairy protein per day and did light walking retained over 25% more muscle mass after 12 weeks. Eat it with ground flax seeds, berries, or blend it into your morning smoothie. Easy to eat, easy to digest, surprisingly lovable. Greek yogurt, an old friend with new secrets. Number 9. Cooked chickpeas, not flashy, not trendy, but quietly powerful. You've seen them in cans or tucked into salads. But did you know that 100 grams of cooked chickpeas provide over 11 grams of protein? More than eggs, and that's just the beginning. What makes chickpeas special is not just the protein, but its combo with fiber. Golden for seniors aiming to build muscle, improve digestion, and regulate blood sugar. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that seniors who replaced some animal protein with legumes like chickpeas reduced their age-related muscle loss risk by up to 26%. Why? Because plants reduce inflammation, nourish your gut microbiome, the very place where protein absorption begins. Plus, chickpeas are rich in magnesium, a key mineral for muscle contraction and post-exercise recovery. Use them soaked and cooked soft. Mash into hummus, roast as snacks, or cook into stews, curries, or veggie soups. Chickpeas aren't just food, they're your silent strength keepers. Number 8. Cooked quinoa. Some call it the grain of the future, but for seniors, quinoa should be a daily staple, starting now. 100 grams of cooked quinoa offers around 14 grams of protein. Impressive, yes, but what really sets quinoa apart is the quality of its protein. Quinoa is one of the rare plant-based foods that contains all 9 essential amino acids, the kind your body can't make on its own. That means quinoa protein isn't just present, it's useful. Your body can immediately use it to repair, build, and strengthen muscle. Even better, quinoa is high in lysine, a crucial amino acid for forming collagen, absorbing calcium, and recovering after exercise. A 2022 study in Nutrients found that older adults who ate quinoa daily improved their leg strength by nearly 9% in just 8 weeks, compared to those eating white rice. How to use it? Soak overnight to reduce absorption blockers, then cook in bone broth or veggie stock. Add turmeric and black pepper for anti-inflammatory power. Pair it with eggs, mushrooms, sautéed greens, or enjoy as a savory breakfast alternative to white toast. Quinoa isn't a healthy carb. It's a quiet powerhouse seniors should eat every day. Number 7. Pumpkin seeds. Tiny, crunchy, and shockingly underrated. You may have scooped them from a pumpkin or seen them scattered in granola, but after this, you'll never overlook them again. 100 grams of pumpkin seeds pack 19 grams of protein, nearly double that of eggs. But that's just the surface. Pumpkin seeds are among the richest plant sources of magnesium, iron, and zinc, three minerals essential for muscle maintenance and regeneration in older adults. Magnesium helps muscles contract and relax properly. Iron delivers oxygen to every fiber. Zinc is the conductor behind muscle tissue repair. A Journal of Medicinal Food study found that just 12 weeks of daily pumpkin seed intake reduced muscle inflammation markers in seniors by up to 38%. And we know inflammation is muscle's silent killer. Pumpkin seeds are easy. Sprinkle them over yogurt, salads, or blend into nut butter. Choose raw, unsalted, unsweetened ones. Pumpkin seeds aren't a snack. They're a tiny shield against time. Number 6. Tempeh. You've probably walked past it at the store without a second thought, but after today, you just might grab a pack. Tempeh is made from whole soybeans, not tofu, and fermented slowly into a firm, nutty, protein-dense cake. 100 grams contains up to 20 grams of protein, far more than eggs, nearly double that of milk. But here's what makes tempeh a gem for those over 60. It combines essential amino acids with probiotic benefits. During fermentation, tempeh becomes easier to digest and generates enzymes that enhance protein absorption. It has all 9 essential amino acids, including leucine, the amino acid that switches on muscle building. After 60, the body responds more sluggishly to protein. Leucine helps wake that response up. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that seniors with a healthy gut microbiome retained 18% more lean muscle over a year than those with weaker digestion. Tempeh supports that, nourishing your gut, fueling your body, awakening your strength. Try it sliced and pan-seared with tamari or apple cider vinegar, or crumble it into stir-fries, sandwiches, or salads. Simple is best. Tempeh isn't just a food. It helps your body absorb strength itself. Number 5, spirulina. It looks like pond moss, smells a bit like the sea, and if you're new to it, its deep green color might make you hesitate. Is this really food? But don't let appearances fool you. Spirulina is a type of blue-green algae that grows in salty lakes and is considered one of the most nutrient-dense foods ever discovered. Just 100 grams of spirulina contains up to 29 grams of protein, double that of eggs. But the jaw-dropping part isn't the number. An incredible 95% of spirulina's protein is bioavailable, meaning it's absorbed and used by your body almost instantly. Even more important, spirulina is rich in leucine, the amino acid that jumpstarts muscle protein synthesis. For older adults, that's a lifeline. But that's not all. Spirulina contains phycocyanin, a powerful anti-inflammatory pigment. A 2022 study showed that just 8 weeks of spirulina supplementation reduced CRP, a key inflammation marker, by 32% in older adults. Blood flow to muscles increased, enhancing recovery and nourishment. You don't need spoonfuls of it, just 1 teaspoon per day. Blend it into a smoothie with banana, oats, or walnuts, or stirred into warm oatmeal or soup. It doesn't smell good. It doesn't look flashy. But its effects? Unmatched by almost any other food. Spirulina isn't just food, it's a catalyst. Tiny, silent, and immensely powerful. Number 4, hemp seeds. They're small, round, often forgotten at the bottom of your granola bag or left untouched in too healthy grocery stores. But these little seeds are among the most complete, absorbable, and powerful plant proteins available to older adults. 100 grams of hemp seeds deliver about 35 grams of protein, nearly 3 times more than eggs. And not just quantity, we're talking quality. Unlike most plant-based foods, hemp seeds contain all 9 essential amino acids, in nearly perfect proportions for human absorption. That's critical after 60, when the body becomes slower and less efficient at using protein. A 2021 study published in Frontiers in Nutrition found that older adults who used complete plant proteins like those from hemp retained muscle, recovered faster, and fought fatigue more effectively than those using only traditional animal protein. And that's not all. Hemp seeds are rich in omega-3, omega-6, and especially GLA, a rare anti-inflammatory fatty acid that supports joint health, memory, and cardiovascular strength. How to use them? Sprinkle a tablespoon over oatmeal, smoothies, or freshly roasted veggies. Don't cook them over high heat. The precious oils inside are sensitive to temperature. Hemp seeds aren't a food trend. They're a foundation. Each little spoonful quietly restores what aging takes away. Number 3. Seitan sounds unfamiliar? You're not alone. Most people have never even said its name, but in the world of vegetarian athletes, seitan is known as the meat of plants, and it's time for the secret to come into the light. 100 grams of seitan contain about 39 grams of protein, 3 times more than eggs, nearly equal to beef, even more than some red meats. But that's not the most amazing part. Seitan is made from pure wheat gluten, the protein component of wheat, with all the starch removed. No fat, barely any sugar or carbs. The result? A dense block of almost pure protein, incredibly easy to digest. For older adults with weaker digestion or absorption issues, that's a golden advantage. Unlike meat, your body doesn't need to produce a flood of enzymes to break it down. Everything works gently, smoothly, but powerfully. A 2022 study in clinical nutrition found that older adults who use concentrated plant proteins like seitan retained over 21% more lean muscle than those eating mixed animal-based proteins. Seitan is also a culinary chameleon. Cooked right, its texture mimics chicken, beef, or roasted meat, tender, savory, and versatile. You can steam it, stir-fry, bake, stew, or grill it like BBQ. Seitan isn't just a meat substitute. It's a muscle-building secret weapon hidden in plain sight. You can slice it, stir-fry with vegetables, grill it alongside brown rice, or marinate it in soy sauce and pan-sear with ginger and garlic. For best results, pair it with vitamin C-rich vegetables like bell peppers or kale, which significantly boost the absorption of the plant-based iron found in seitan. Seitan is living proof of a simple truth. Powerful protein doesn't have to come from meat. Number 2. Parmesan cheese. Some call it that hard cheese you sprinkle on pasta. Others just think of it as the yellow powder in a green jar at the supermarket. But the truth goes much deeper. If you're looking for a food that helps seniors boost protein intake without bloating, without excessive chewing, and with easy absorption, Parmesan may be the hidden gem sitting quietly in your fridge. Just 100 grams of real aged Parmesan, naturally matured for 12 to 36 months, contains up to 42 grams of protein. That's nearly 3 times the protein in eggs and more than many types of meat. Why? Because the long fermentation and aging process breaks down most of its protein into free-form amino acids, which means your body barely needs to digest it. It can simply absorb it. Ideal for anyone with a slower or weakened digestive system after 60. A 2019 study in the Nutrients Journal found that older adults absorbed amino acids from aged cheese 30% more efficiently than from lean meat. That's not all. Parmesan is also extremely rich in leucine, the key that flips on muscle synthesis. Just 30 grams of Parmesan provides more than 1.5 grams of leucine, enough to trigger muscle building in older adults, even without intense exercise. And the best part? You only need a small amount daily. Sprinkle it over steamed veggies, omelets, whole grain pasta, or even warm rice. Its natural saltiness, bold flavor, and aroma can awaken the appetite, something many seniors often struggle with. Parmesan isn't just a topping, it's a therapeutic food. It rebuilds, protects, and nourishes from within. Small but mighty, classic, and timeless. Number 1. Fish protein powder. Not exactly the most appetizing name, right? A pale gray powder, almost flavorless, usually found in clinical nutrition formulas or professional chefs' recipes. But don't let the name fool you. This is the single most protein-dense food on the entire list. And even more compelling, It's now being used by medical teams to help stroke patients regain muscle during recovery. 100 grams of high-quality fish protein powder, made by drying and finely grinding white fish like cod or pollock, contains up to 63 grams of protein. That's nearly 5 times more than eggs, 1.5 times more than chicken, twice as much as Parmesan. But the real power lies beyond the number. By removing all moisture and fat, the protein becomes almost completely pure, and more importantly, extremely absorbable. No chewing, no long digestion. Your body can simply absorb and use it directly. A 2020 clinical trial showed that older adults who supplemented with fish protein powder daily gained nearly 19% lean muscle mass in just 10 weeks, even without changing their activity levels. The secret? Its exceptionally high leucine content. Just 25 grams of fish protein powder delivers over 3 grams of leucine, which scientists at Harvard found to be enough to fully activate the body's muscle regeneration system. How to use it? Easier than you think. Stir it into porridge, soup, or broth. Mix it into savory oatmeal or vegetable stews. It dissolves easily, requires no chewing, and is perfect for seniors with chewing or swallowing difficulties. Just make sure to choose food-grade fish protein powder with no added salt and no preservatives. This isn't a diet food. It's a clinical weapon, proven to help restore muscle mass, rebuild strength, and bring back vitality that seemed long lost. Fish protein powder. Not famous, not pretty, but exactly the kind of nutrition the supplement industry doesn't want you to know about. You've just discovered 10 foods that contain more protein than eggs. Some of them probably surprised you. Some might already be sitting in your kitchen. But the real question now is, why haven't we heard about them before? Why do most older adults still believe eggs are the best protein for muscle? Why do hospitals, doctors, and even dietitians keep saying, eat more eggs to stay strong? The answer? Familiarity. Eggs are safe, traditional, universally accepted. But just because something is familiar doesn't mean it's the best, especially when your body, after 60, changes how it absorbs, processes, and uses protein. The truth is, most nutrition advice we've received was written for young bodies, not for the aging body fighting muscle loss, weaker joints, reduced absorption, and chronic fatigue. And here's the turning point. If you continue eating the same way you always did, no matter how well-intentioned, you may still be moving in the wrong direction. You don't need more. You need smarter. Because what was enough at 30 is no longer enough at 60, 70, or beyond. And that's not scary, as long as you know and choose differently starting today. Imagine this. You wake up on a normal morning. Sunlight spills through the window. You get up, but your left leg trembles. You lose balance and drop heavily onto the edge of the bed. Just fatigue, and you think. A week later, the stairs take longer. A month later, you can't rise from a chair without pushing yourself up. And one day, walking through the market, you slip and can't get up right away. You're not sick. You're losing muscle. Quietly, bit by bit, each year after 60, you lose about 1% of lean muscle mass. No obvious symptoms until it's too late. Then what? You become dependent, need help walking, avoid going out, afraid of falling, and the worst part, you start losing yourself, your independence, your ability to care for yourself, your freedom. No one warned you when you were still strong. There were no signs, no alarms, just everyday movements, getting harder. And here's the tragedy. This doesn't have to happen. You don't need to go to the gym 6 times a week. You just need to eat right. Feed your muscles what aging has taken away. You still have time, but that door won't stay open forever. The question is, will you walk through it today or wait until it closes for good? Now you know, it's not eggs, not red meat, not the heavily marketed foods on TV. It's the simple, often overlooked foods, packed with powerful bioavailable protein, proven by science to help those over 60 rebuild muscle without lifting weights. You don't need to overhaul your diet overnight. Just start with one small change. Tomorrow morning, skip the white toast. Try a bowl of quinoa with vegetables. Sprinkle on a spoon of hemp seeds. Stir a little fish protein powder into your lunch soup. And tonight, Add a few slices of Parmesan to your steamed greens. Just one food a day, consistently, patiently. In 3 to 4 weeks, you'll start to feel it. More stable steps, easier rises from chairs, a body that warms up faster each morning, and someday you'll look back and realize you're no longer relying on anyone else just to live fully. You don't need expensive capsules. You need real food, the right kind, at the right time, in the right way. Pick 3 foods from today's list. Write them down. Decide to eat them at least 3 times a week. Don't let knowledge sit in your head. Put it on your plate, because strength doesn't come from the gym. It comes from small choices, repeated every day. And now the question is, which one will you choose to nourish your body before it's too late?